What's up, everybody? I'm Aiden.
I'm Clark.
In today's video, we're going to take a look at the two ways that we set up and record drums.
Welcome to Liquid Studios. So in the studio, we do two different methods of recording our drums. When we play live, we use a mixture of real mics and some triggers on our drum kit. And then when we record just the drummer alone, we use only the mics in the room.
You may ask, well, why would you want to set up and record like that? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One is our drummer is a much better drummer than we are, and he's been playing a lot longer than we have, and he plays the drums a lot harder than we do. So whenever we would be recording drums, and then he would be coming in to record drums and play, there'd be a lot of changing, and it was a lot of work, especially because we're using some outboard gear, some compressors and stuff like that. So it just meant you're constantly fiddling and changing with stuff. So we went through a few different ways, and we wanted to refine a system where we could hop on, play and record any drums at any time, but he could also come in and do band practice, and we could all have everything in our ears and everything would be fine. But then we also wanted to track and record more mics on the drums, we could do that too. So it's kind of been an evolution here of our process of getting this set up, and we finally got it into a spot now where we're really happy with the setup, and it's working really well for us.
We use a small variety of microphones on our drum kit when we record our drummer live in the room. So we use the Aston Origins on our toms and the Spirits as our overheads. Then we use a Shure 57 Beta on the snare top and just a regular 57 on the snare bottom and the under toms. And then we run the Shure 52 Beta for our kick drum.
And we also run a sub kick mic on the kick drum as well too. We have a Dr. Alien sub kick mic. We've got it probably about maybe 5-6 months ago now, maybe. It's fantastic. We need to do a video talking about it as well, but you're going to hear in the sound samples you'll hear it in the sound samples, because we have one set of sound samples where it's just the close mics on the drum, and then we have the next set which is the same close mics, but it has the sub kick mic in, and you'll hear how great this unit is. It really adds a lot of punch and definition, even around like the 500 hertz. It does add a lot of low energy, but it adds a lot around the 500 hertz to just give the kick a lot of thump and thud.
The one thing I definitely say about that mic is once you hear it on your drum kit, you can't really take it away.
You're gonna want it, yeah. Once you hear it, you can't unhear it, because it's awesome. It does, it's great, especially for us doing for playing live and doing the live streams. It's just a great way to really make sure that the kick comes across well, and every hit it's hitting right on. So yeah, as Clark said, that's the setup. We'll have the sound samples here of the close mics on the drum kit, and then what it sounds like with the sub kick in there. The next setup we have here is the setup we use when we're doing a live stream, or the setup that we can take if we were going out to play live with the band. The advantage of using this setup is that we're able to recreate the same sound consistently
in pretty much any environment, and pretty much if you're playing on any drum kit, you're still gonna have those same kick and snare sounds.
Yeah, so what we're using is the Roland RT mics on our snare and both of our toms. The great thing with those is they have condenser mics in them, but you also load a sound sample into there. So every hit, it plays the sample, but it also is picking up the condenser mic. So with those 3 mics, you could even get away without having overheads because they are picking up the cymbals.
They'll be able to get your hi-hats and your ride and everything in the mix pretty well.
Yeah, so that works great. And then we have the Roland TM2 on the kick. So that's what we do for the kick, and then we use the sub kick as well, and that's what we use with our overheads for our live stream setup for the drums. That, you're going to hear an exported version of that. But what we also are able to do, because we have the PreSonus 32R, that's what all of those mics go to, with the exception of the overheads. Because we have that unit, we're able to do a little bit of processing on those individual tracks, which is great for us. So on our tom mics, we're able to send those to virtual
reverb, compression,
Pultex is
EQs.
EQs. We're able to send those to virtual Pultex and then to compressors. So we're able to do a little bit of work and to the sound in the PreSonus, and then what we can also do is set up parallel buses and effects. So on the sound samples you're going to hear, I've exported a few different options that you're going to hear. You're going to hear what our full process drum sound sounds like, which is those 4 mics that I just told you, the Roland RTs, the Roland TDM2, and the overheads. But you're going to hear what that sounds like with our reverb bus that I've created in the PreSonus, and with our drum parallel bus, which I've created in the PreSonus. And it's a really big, fat, fit, polished, finished drum sound. It sounds awesome. And that's what we were kind of going for. But yeah, you'll hear that in the sound samples, and then you're also going to hear what the drums sound like with just the close mics. And there's nothing wrong with them; they sound good, but it's just a little dry because it's just the close mics. There's not a lot of processing or anything going on.
They don't sound like cannons going on.
Yeah, they don't quite sound like that, but they still sound good. So like on the snare, there's a little bit of stuff. So like on the snare, we said we run those out to our gates. But the snare also goes to a DBX 160, which is a really nice compressor. On the gate isolated audio, you'll just hear the snare has a nice pop and snap to it with every hit, and that's just with the DBX. It does a really great job of compressing the snare, just giving you that nice poppy, snappy sound.
I do think being a Ludwig Black Beauty has a big part to do with the sound too, though, that snare.
Yeah, that has a big part to it. That's a new snare we've gotten. I don't know if we've done the video, if it's been up yet, but that's a new snare. We switched from our Pearl
Sensitone Elite, which was very similar. It was the 6.5 inch brass one to get close to the Black Beauty sound, but the Black Beauty definitely sounds much nicer and crisper.
Thanks everybody for checking out our video. If you liked it,
Please like, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date on our latest videos.
you can connect with us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
We also host a live stream every Monday and Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube.
All the songs we create are released on all the major distributors, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, and YouTube Music. We use DistroKid to release our content. Anybody who's not a member, there's an affiliate link below. You can sign up and save yourself 7%. Thanks for watching.